Meet teacher Emily. She's a passionate teacher who cares deeply for her students and the environment. Emily wants to teach environmental education to give her students real-world skills to improve our planet. However, she's a busy teacher with no time to prepare extra lessons herself and unsure where to begin. Waste Hero Education is the perfect resource for teachers like Emily. Waste Hero offers 19 free activity-based teacher lesson plans that cover recycling, zero waste, and the circular economy for K-12 and university students. Yep, Teacher Emily, you heard that right. Waste Hero is 100% free. These lessons are designed to reduce teacher prep time, including a lesson script, resources to run activities, and can be modified to fit any classroom context and the time available. Only have time for the activity and not the full lesson? No problem. Need to adjust the lesson to support an existing one? Easy peasy. Waste Hero was designed and validated by teachers for teachers wanting to educate students on how to care for our planet. Click the link now to download the free lessons and begin empowering your students to become future waste heroes.
Good afternoon, everyone. สวัสดีครับ Greetings from Simeo Steps, Bangkok, Thailand. I am Thanapon. You can call me Kevin in short. I am Curriculum Development Officer from Simeo Steps, and I am your host for today's activity. Welcome, everyone, in Zoom meeting and to the Master Teacher Training, Waste Hero Reduce to Zero. Also, the participants who are watching us in YouTube live streaming. Before starting, I would like to inform you about the technical instruction. For the participant in Zoom, please follow the login name format. Begin with your school name in short and followed by your name. And also we require you to avoid multiple logins in the same rooms to reduce the echo. And all participants' microphone will be muted during the speaker's presentation. Your microphone will be unmuted again for the discussion. And during the presentation, you can send the question to chat box or use the raise hand icon to share your opinion. Please prepare your mobile phone for joining the activities with the trainer. And the participants in YouTube live streaming, you can interact with the speakers or sharing your opinion with other participants by using the YouTube chat features. And please prepare your mobile phone for joining the activities with the trainer as well. And the host will share the link for activities in the YouTube chat or post the link on the top of the chat box. So I would like to inform you about the program sequence next. After this, there will be the introduction and the program briefers from the Simeo Steps team and the training session by the trainers from the Ministry of Education of Thailand. And there will be the training feedback at the end of our session. So we request you to stay with us until the end of our session. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you a little bit about the training program. Master Teacher Training is organized by the Simeo Regional Center for Sufficiency Economy Philosophy for Sustainability, or Simeo SEPS, in collaboration with Indorama Venture PCL and supporting partner, UNESCO Multisectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, Simeo Secretariat, Southeast Asian One Health University Network, or SIAHUN, Simeo Regional Center for Open and Distance Learning, SIMOLEC, in Indonesia, and UNUS Thailand Foundation. In this mobilizing session, you'll be learning, understanding, sharing, and exchanging ideas and best practices in waste management, circular economy, and environmental education. The program scheduled today in the afternoon will be for the participant from the Philippines. Also, mabuhay to everyone. This morning, we have just finished the training session for teachers in the kindergarten and the primary level. And this afternoon will be the session for the secondary level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, before starting, may I invite Ms. Duriya Amata Wiwat, the Center Director of Simeo SEPS, to deliver the welcome remarks. Ms. Duriya, the floor is yours.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good day to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. A warm greeting from the Simeo set. It is my great pleasure to welcome all teachers to our West Hero Master Teacher Training today. The training session is a cooperation between the Simeo Regional Center for Sufficiency Economic Philosophy for Sustainability, or Simeo SEP, with the support of the Indorama Ventures Public Company Limited. The training aims to promote waste management and recycling education in schools across Southeast Asian countries. We have seen that waste generation has massively increased around the world in recent decades, with no signs of slowing down of the waste. Waste disposal problems have become a critical issue for many countries, and consequently, this has become a global problem requiring an urgent address, since this issue has immensely impacts to wildlife, environment, and society. The Waste Hero Reduced to Zero Master Teacher Training today aims to empower and enrich kindergarten, primary, secondary, and vocational and technical school teachers to have understandings about waste management and circular economy, and be able to create the lesson plan and apply the Waste Hero educational materials to the classroom activities and co-curriculum programs. We would like to see that teachers who will be trained in our programs will be able to raise awareness of their students on environmental issues, especially in waste management. And most importantly, we wish to see the active actions of your students in saving our environment. Waste Hero Reduced to Zero is a free global zero waste education program with the aim to educate 1 million people by 2030 on three main pillars. First, recycling fundamentals. Second, creating zero waste. And lastly, how to build a circular economy. Waste Hero education resources that you will learn today consist of 19 free lesson plans and workshops for K to 12 and university level students. The lessons are designed to be engaging and fun, but also action-oriented at the same time, for young learners to apply the principles of the circular economy, not only in the classroom activities, but also in their community activities. In this training session, you will understand how to navigate the Waste Hero lesson packages and learn key aspects of waste management and circular economy, and be able to effectively design and prepare Waste Hero lesson activities with full engagement of your students. On this occasion, I would like to express our gratitude to our supporting partners, namely UNESCO Multi-Sectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, Simeo Secretariat, UNUS Thailand Foundation, Southeast Asia One Health University Network, or SEOHUN, and Simeo Regional Open Learning Center, or Simeo Simolec, for their collaboration in raising awareness of this program to other multi-sectoral partners, school administrators, teachers, students, and environmental specialists across Southeast Asian countries. My appreciation also goes to the Indorama Ventures Public Company Limited for their kind support to make this training session possible. I would like to thank the trainers and specialists from the Ministry of Education of Thailand for preparing this training session for our participating teachers. Lastly, thank you for all your participations, and especially for the teachers who are nominated from the Ministries of Education, and for those who also registered to join this program. We hope that you will learn a lot from this master teacher training. Thank you very much. สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you very much, Ms. Duria, for the wonderful opening statement. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Priyapa, our program officer of SEPS, to introduce the background of the West Hero Reduce to Zero project. Ms. Priyapa, are you ready? Yeah, the floor is yours, Ms. Priyapa.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for a brief introduction. Good morning, every teachers in the Zoom meeting and in YouTube. Before we start the training session, I would like to give you a brief information about the West Hero Education Program. Next slide, please. And my presentation will cover three main areas. First, overview about the West Hero Education resources. Second, SEP West Hero Development Co-campaign. And the program that you participate with us today is a part of the SEP West Hero Development Co-campaign. And the last topic is about the expectation from the Master Teacher Training. Next slide, please. So for the first topic, what is the West Hero Education Resources and how the program was developed? So next slide. The West Hero Education is a global program with the aim to educate 1 million students by 2030 on recycling, zero waste, and the circular economy. Next slide. So UNUS Thailand Foundation, a non-profit organization in partnership with the Indorama Ventures, has launched a free global education program called West Hero, Reduced to Zero, in early 2023, early this year. And the West Hero lesson plan consists of the 19 education packages and circular economy entrepreneurship workshops within 6 levels across primary, secondary, and university level. So the lessons were created in alignment with the international education standards and prepared under the guidance of the education professionals throughout the entire development process. And because of the lesson will reach the global audience, we decided them to be universally applicable to a diverse audience, but adaptable to fit the classroom dynamic. So teacher and educator will find the resources very useful to use with detailed teacher guidelines and also facilitator notes. Next slide, please. So to ensure the lesson that would be the practical and useful in the classroom setting. So we established an educator advisory group consisting of 23 education professionals from 17 different countries, both in Europe and also in Asia. So we pull out our education expert on overall learning theory and classroom practicality and integrate them together in the lesson package. We also held focus group and design workshop with our education advisory group members that help us to define the key points and input within our content framework. Next slide, please. So a lot of careful consideration went into the development process of the materials. We review and analyze 150 different recycling education lesson plans from the 35 different sources to access the content within our analytical framework. And for example, what type of content to be included? This one is relevant or not? This one is applicable for the global level or not? And what should the lesson should be present in the most useful format for the different classroom cultures and environments? And what is the tone and the message that we should put into the learning and teaching material and make the motivation to the students to engage in the classroom? And how do we should make the lesson attractive to the broader audience? So these are the considerations that we think a lot to develop the West Hero education resources. Next slide, please. And the lessons were designed not only with the classroom, but also designed to support youth ready to take the action. And our higher level lesson include the useful and practical design thinking, business modeling, and solution-based tools to help the youth and the senior secondary school level to can start taking action within the community and university level. Next slide, please. So the Waste Hero education resources consist of the 6 levels from the pre-kindergarten up to the university level. So you can see from here. Next slide. And here, this is the example from our level 1 lessons for young learners, where the students learn about the basic of recycling and how to do the how to recycle it correctly through an animated story of rabbit family. And each lesson activity also including the class activity worksheet, such as like bottle challenge, where the students are to collect as many as the PET bottles. And next slide, please. Here is another example that you can adapt from the learning resources. This is we request the student to create a waste hero, and the student draw it like, the student get inspiration by the Batman, so they mix it together. And actually the training materials provide the form in the lesson activity that the teacher can edit and can adjust for the language and be flexible to fit the needs of any classroom. Next slide, please. So this is another example of the level 2, which is grade 3 to 5. So we make sure that all key instruction and recycling fundamental are covered throughout the lesson package. Next slide, please. So for the higher level of the student, like for example, grade 9 to 12, the content is more difficult. So we would like to make them to understand the ecosystem and also understand between the linear against the circular economy and how to design more circularity into the life cycle of a product. All right, so for the next part, I would like to introduce a short video clip that can explain more about the Waste Hero Reduced to Zero lesson levels. Please enjoy the video.
Through our preliminary research, we found that many people, including adults, lack the basic understanding of how to properly recycle. To help learners, we made sure that key instructions on recycling fundamentals are covered and repeated across all lesson levels. The lessons emphasize what can and cannot be recycled and the steps to properly dispose of waste. For example, a Level 1 lesson includes a story about a rabbit family learning recycling best practices and also activities like a classroom bottle count, where students collect and count PET plastic bottles as a class. Levels 3 and 4 introduce the concept of the waste stream and how litter can enter the environment. Recycling best practices are presented as a way to prevent waste leaking into nature. Level 5 introduces students to the linear and circular economy and how circularity can be designed into a product or business life cycle through a redesign challenge classroom activity. Level 6 workshops introduce design thinking and tools to help students identify problems and solutions, map ideas, and develop a business idea or community project to solve a waste-related problem. Waste Hero Education aims to educate 1 million young people on these core issues by 2030. Visit wasteheroeducation.com and begin helping your students become future waste heroes.
Thank you very much, the technical team, for helping me open the video. So after my presentation, you will meet our trainers who will provide the details of the lesson activities that you can adapt with your students and how to conduct the waste management program at your school and community. Next slide, please. So may I give you the overview about the activities under the Waste Hero Development Co-campaign, which is a collaboration between the Simeo Regional Center for Sufficiency Economy Philosophy for Sustainability and Indorama Ventures. The program is supported by the UNESCO Multisectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, UNOS Thailand Foundation, Southeast Asian One Health University Network, Southeast Asian Minister of Education Organization, and Simeo Regional Open Learning Center in Indonesia. Next slide, please. So the objective of the program are to empower kindergarten, primary, secondary, and university teachers in Southeast Asian countries to have better understanding in waste management and circular economy, and be able to create the lesson activities by applying the Waste Hero education resources. And most importantly, we would like to build awareness of the student at all levels on the environmental issues, waste management, and circular economy, and take active actions in saving our environment in schools and community. And lastly, we wish to see the exchange of ideas, creativity, and best practices in Waste Hero actions among the schools, teachers, and students across the Southeast Asian community. Next slide, please. So I would like to give you the brief activities under the Simeo Waste Hero Development Co-campaign. The first event that we conduct was a webinar on the World Environment Day with the theme Beating Plastic Pollution on 5th of June. So the webinar streamlined by YouTube and attended by over 700 participants. Next slide, please. And the second activity is the activity that you're attending with us here. So it is the Waste Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training Series for 4 countries, including Philippines and Indonesia during this weekend in July. And Vietnam and Cambodia will be in September. Next slide, please. And the third program is the Waste Hero Challenge Award in Southeast Asia, which will be launched in August for schools, teachers, and students to share their success story on the Waste Hero activities. And we hope that you can, submit the video clips or output to join in the award. And then the award announcement will be in Bangkok in November 2023. The last activity will be in January 2024. The winners from the Waste Hero Challenge Award will share the success story and best practices on waste management in the webinar. So we hope that the teachers in the Master Teacher Training Program will continue your participation in our Simeo Waste Hero program. Next slide, please. So my last presentation, I would like to highlight the expectation from the Waste Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training that you join us today. So we fully hope that by the end of the training session, you will understand the Waste Hero education main objectives, material details, and the lesson packages. And you are able to navigate the Waste Hero webpage and be able to introduce the Waste Hero education resources to other teachers at your school who are not able to join this training session. And you are able to apply the Waste Hero education resources and design your own activities with full engagement of your students in the classroom. And we also would like to see how you could integrate and adapt the knowledge from the training for the school and community improvement program, especially to save our environment. So I hope that you will enjoy the Master Teacher Training today. Please stay with us until the end of the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Piyapa, for the very informative presentation about the background of our project. So I think everyone is now ready for the Master Teacher Training session. If you are ready right now, please press 1 and send to our chat box. So from my side right now, I can see everyone like greeting each other in our chat box. And also you can say hello in your language to everyone, to your friends. Okay, press 1. Okay, I think you're now ready. So may I introduce our trainers for the training session today in the afternoon. First, Mr. Anuwat Kelma. He is a senior professional teacher from Sakulnakhon, Pathana Siksa, Sakulnakhon province. And next, Mrs. Tirada Chayasi. She is an education supervisor from the secondary education service area in Nakhon Phanom province. And the last one, Mr. Kittipon Thammahon. He's a senior professional teacher from Krasang Pithayakom, school, Buriram province, which are under supervision of the Office of Basic Education Commission, Ministry of Education of Thailand. Everyone, are you ready? So now I would like to turn over the floor to our trainers. Please welcome them to the virtual stage, everyone.
Magandang Hapon welcomes everybody to the training session of Best Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training with us. My name is Kittipon Tamahon.
My name is Tirada Chaisi.
Hi, my name is Anuwat Kama.
We are Best Heroes family, and we're proud to present Best Hero Educations to you. Best Hero Education is a free government education program co-created by Indorama Ventures and Yunus Talent Foundation, and to raise student awareness on recycling, zero waste, and circular economy. To encourage and also to support the secondary education level, this session would be involved with level 3 to level 6 of the lessons from westheroeducation.com. And right now, I'm so curious what is going to happen in our session, Mrs. Tirada.
Yes, our section is separated into 3 main chapters. The first chapter is gonna handled by me. I'm walking you through the lesson level 3 and 4, which are designed for student grade 6 to 8. And then Mr. Kittipon is going to walk you through lesson 4, level 5 and 6, which are decided for student grade, high school grade student and to university student.
That's
and then for chapter 3, Mr. Anuwat is taking you to his real classroom because he has, implemented the lesson package into his context already.
Okay, that's interesting.
And after that, we'll be doing some hands-on activities, which there are 2 activities. The first one will be problem solution activity. We are going to use Mentimeter for you to log in and then do some questionnaires. And then the second one will be your future plans after discussing about zero waste education. What are you going to do in your class or your community? And Mrs. Tirda will take charge of that. We are going to use Padlet.
Yes.
Okay, so at this moment, it's time for the session. So let's give this floor to Mrs. Tirada to start this session.
Yeah, thank you so much. For the first activity, let's see these pictures. Maybe a lot of you have seen this picture around the internet. If you have seen this picture before, please type 1 to the chat box, please. Like this kind of picture,
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So what do you see from the picture, Mr. Kittipon?
Okay, from the first picture, I can say that I see these kinds of problems in our daily life because there are a lot of garbage, there are a lot of bottles in our world. And this kinds of problem needs circularity or the ways to deal with them.
What about the second picture?
I think the smaller picture, it depicts a bird, trapped or wrapped in a plastic bag, and he looks not good.
Right. So animal suffering, right, from our action, right? So next, these 3 pictures also, what is it about, Mr. Anuwat?
I think it's like animal entanglement, like the turtle was stuck in the net. And the second one, I think he mistaken the cotton bud as a fruit. I don't know, like carrying it or like stuck with the cotton bud. And the last part, I think the hermit crab, like mistaken this plastic cap as a shell, a seashell.
Yeah.
That's so poor.
Yeah. So I would like to, ask you questions. What are the causes of these problems that animals and humans sometimes suffering from these kind of problem? What are the causes of this? See, you can see like waste leak in environment, right? It is not in the like natural resources like this, right? Can you please type in the chat box what are the causes of these problems?
Okay.
Both chat box, you can type in like Zoom chat box and also like in YouTube chat box.
Hey. Any ideas? What are the courses behind these programs? Behind this picture?
Okay, while we're waiting for the responses, for you in your own opinions, what is the cause of this problem?
I think mismanaged about like disposal products. Yeah, look at that, the chat box, Mr. Ronald.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Poor community waste management. Right.
I think it's one
Yeah.
of the problems.
Yeah.
Thank you so
One of the
much.
causes.
That's why this world needs circularity.
Right. Great. Any ideas? Maybe you have a lot in your mind, but you're not convenient to type, I think.
Oh, okay. Mr. GOJ, okay, said that improper waste disposal. Yeah, I think it's one of the problem.
Right.
And then Don Michael said that human irresponsible waste disposal. Yeah,
That's
similarly
from
the same.
YouTube, right?
Yeah, from YouTube channel. And also, yeah, like most of the people say that it's like a responsible waste disposal.
Oh, okay.
Negligent.
Yeah, and Mr. Jack, sorry, say lack of discipline among members of the community, right?
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
have to raise awareness for people to have responsibility of what they already consume or produce, right?
Yes.
And yeah. Okay. And so thank you everyone for sharing your idea.
We all agree that it's come from human activities.
Right,
like
right.
A responsibility, improper disposal. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why we have to teach students or teach new generation to aware of create, you know, to create waste zero to environment, to our planet. Yeah, creating zero waste, right? Okay, so after this, I want you to, you know, share your idea or what you have done or have taught in your classes. Maybe you have a lot of experience to share, right? Because I think some teachers here have been teaching like environmental education a lot. We're gonna use the Padlet activity, and you have your cell phone and then scan the QR code. And after that, you will access to Padlet, right? Maybe a lot of you have used this already, especially online teaching, or during COVID time, right? Okay, so you can use your cell phone to scan and then click on the plus icon and to add information. And don't forget to type your name for the title and, you know, and type that you join via Zoom or YouTube. Can you type that too, like Zoom or YouTube? And then add information about what you have done, things that you want to share, and then click on publish.
Okay.
Yeah, your information gonna appear on the screen in the iPad. And you can, okay, I'll take you.
Okay, let's go to the Padlet. Have you scanned? Everyone? Yeah. One last time, okay? Scan the QR code. And then it will bring you to the screen.
Okay. So I think
you can scan now, maybe.
Yeah, many people are accessing this. Maybe you will have some time for them to type.
Okay. Maybe 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. So it might be, you know, beneficial for all participants to show what you have done in the past. It might be a project that you have done or activity in your student club.
Maybe one small thing, like give them read about some like environmental issues. Maybe something.
Or maybe you are an English teacher that have implement environmental literacy in your classroom, and you can show the ideas and suggest some books that are important and useful for students too. Okay.
So how about maybe let's discuss a little bit like what have you done in your class about environment, about waste education, Mr. Kipon.
Okay, I just would like to share about my school because my school just focus on the waste separation, and the student can take the garbage, can take like some bottles to sell at the school waste bank. So our student can get more pocket monies too.
It's really like a treasure hunt, you know, like scavenger hunt.
Yes.
So they have to find a plastic bottle that, you know, sometimes labeled with PET, and then they sell to the school or they give it for free to the school, and the school sell that bottles to get some
Oh.
money. Maybe it's like a fund, for students who are poor. I think it's very interesting idea and a good
Yes,
idea.
and you will see that it's like the double beneficial, also to financial and also to the environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're still waiting for comment, and I also send you the link via the chat box too, so that it's convenient for you to click in it.
Okay, somebody asked me like, can we ask for the link? Yeah, you can just use your phone to scan the QR code and it will bring you to the page. Okay, someone typed it already.
Yes.
There are
Anonymous.
Yeah, Ronald Joy Views too.
Okay.
Thank you so much. He said, I'm teaching business subject and I always stress in their formulate for business proposal plans to incorporate environmental sustainability. It is amazing that students are able to come up with creative proposals for business environmental sustainability. Yeah, that's very good. For level 4 and 5, you are going to, you are going to be introduced to how to use the business model, which is focused on circular economy.
Yeah, and
Thank
we
you
are
so
going
much.
to talk about that a little bit too.
Right. Yeah. So, and then someone, anonymous. I am taught the drastic change in our climate condition and the extinction of land and sea-based living things are just some of the most disastrous effect of neglecting and need for taking good care of our environment. Thank you so much. Okay, philosophy. Philosophy. Oh, yeah. Right.
Someone teach philosophy, I think.
Yeah, philosophy. Is like, can Mr. Philosophy, can you unmute yourself and talk to us, please? If you're convenient, I mean.
If you are on Zoom too.
Yeah, if you're on Zoom.
Yes.
Are you on Zoom?
Yeah, Mr. Philosophy.
Oh, there's a lot of responses.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
After like 2 or 3 minutes.
Right.
Amazing. Impressive.
Yeah. So anyone here want to unmute yourself and
share,
express idea to others? Please do. Wow, a lot of good things happen here.
You can raise your hand on Zoom.
Yeah. Raise your hand on Zoom and then unmute yourself and express idea, please. Anyone?
Wow, there's a lot of responses.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we know that we have heard that in the Philippines there is typhoon.
Yeah, and right now
Right.
you're experiencing a huge typhoon.
Yes.
And thank you for being here with us today. Right. Okay. For those who want to cheer, raise your hand. Click on reaction.
Reaction.
The reaction icon, and then raise your hand too.
Okay. Reaction icon and raise your hand, and then we can see you. And we can unmute you.
Right. Okay. We have 22 people in our Zoom and about 57 people on YouTube watching us now. Right. Okay. Anyone want to share idea? Anyone raise your hand?
Okay. Who doesn't want to share?
Okay. I hear some sound. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing these. And you can still come back to this Padlet and read all the idea and rate the one that you like, give them star.
There's some nice picture. Can you show
the
picture to the can we show
here.
those picture? Yeah. It's very interesting. Here.
Oh.
Wow.
Someone was
They are
a campaign, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a competition, something, right? Most clean classroom champion.
Okay.
Okay. Does you have classroom cleaning competition happen in school and give certificate for students?
Okay,
that's nice.
And thank you for very good activity like this.
Right. Other.
Okay, I think.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And you can rate, give them stars, and is a idea sharing. You can shopping for idea and take idea to use in your actual class. Thank you so much. So
Don't forget to rate your friends. If you like some, some ideas, you can rate them, give them stars so that,
Right.
they have encouragement. It's like kind of encouragement.
Yeah. And let me walk you through level 3 and 4, which are for student grade 6 to 8. But don't worry, because this is very well scaffold lesson packages, even though you start from level 3, which are for secondary, but you still have some content that can review, and students will be we will have chance to review the content, which is, we use for teaching primary school too. Let's see. Okay. This is the website that we have been talking about, right? Since the first speaker, wasteheroeducation.com, right?
Yeah.
Let's navigate it together.
Very easy. wasteeducation.com.
Right.
So what contains that we can found in this website?
Yeah, is here. If you click on the website, and then you can watch the video again,
Yes.
the video that we played earlier in the beginning, to see the overview of this project, right? And then you can download the lessons and download overview. For these 19 packages are activity based, and it saves time because in each lesson there will be PowerPoint for teachers and students. The PowerPoint for teacher is very detailed with facilitator notes for teacher, what question should be asked, or and what expected answer that teacher will get, or the answer that a student will produce.
It could be a very guideline to teach.
Yeah, so it saves time for like busy teachers just like us.
Yes.
And inspire students by action activity, right? So scroll down, you see lesson sample and then some videos. And if you scroll down to lesson library, you see that each level separated into 3 levels of lesson: beginner lesson, intermediate lesson, advanced lesson. And to click to download the lesson package, then you can click on the icon of language that you prefer. So as you know, as the first speaker said, these lesson packages are available in 5 languages: English, Portuguese, Spanish, Thai, and Polish. So let's click on English. I'll choose level 3 for secondary and for high school too, right? Click on English. Here, you get PowerPoint for beginner lesson in level 4. See, let's begin from lesson preparation, curriculum alignment, and also, lesson objectives. And it's also showing alignment with sustainable development goals, which is the focus on this package of environmental education. And steps or procedure to deliver the lesson for you, or also mentioning the preparation time and the teaching time for you too. So okay. So it also tell you how to use PowerPoint, how to click on. There are some technical suggestions for you too. So if you want to directly use this in your classroom, you can do it because there is 2 views, student view and presenter view. If you click on the student view, then student won't be able to see the facilitator notes in these.
And how about the students? Would they get a worksheet for this?
Oh, sure. For this example, this is interactive lesson, right? Interactive material of waste separation. Even though this is not for this is kindergarten or primary school content, but as I said, this is how we scaffold students to kindergarten, secondary level, right? And these I think Mr. Anwat is implementing this in classroom.
Yeah, I'm going to use these worksheets. I've used these worksheets in my classroom, and it's very, good for students because students like really interested in this, idea of using real items from everyday life. Yes.
Okay, so so this is our website navigation, and scroll down. There's every lesson, like 19 lesson packages for you. Okay. And some testimonial of people that have used or implement these West Hero education in their classroom. Right. Okay. Let's go back to our slide. Okay. So for level 3, beginner lesson, as I say, students are going to review about recycling and the negative effects on environment without recycling best practices, right? And teachers and students will get the material, very, interactive and fun activities right here.
Yes.
And then moving on from waste separation and moving on from recycling, students will be introduced to the idea of waste leakage, right? As the pictures that we have discussed earlier.
Yeah.
That's because of waste leakage, right?
Yes.
And we are going to learn, you are going to expose to 6 steps of waste, how waste travel to the ocean, to resources, natural resources, right? And the last production of this lesson will be Waste Hero poster, which is a student will create poster to inform, inspire other people in their community to take action about, how to save our planet from waste, right? Okay, for level 3 intermediate, moving from Waste Hero poster, they're gonna create Waste Hero story step by step, right? And don't worry, because every step from 1 to 6, all handout provided on the website. You hand out how to design story, map out ideas, make a list of key events, how to write story to persuade people, and story planner, storyboard, and then at the end they will be able to create hero story.
And I happen to use this lesson in my class already.
Interesting. Yeah.
I hope you share your experience.
Yeah, like
later.
The 3rd chapter, deficiency.
Okay.
Right. And then for advanced lesson, for level 3, student will be, student will consider how much waste they produce daily. It is very good because it's going to make them to be mindful of what they consume each day and how much waste they produce to the planet too. Yeah, and these available, every package also available on the website with, for example, like what question should we ask students? For sure, this lesson are flexible, right?
Yes.
But this is just guideline for you.
As you can see now that all lessons, focus on activities.
Right.
It's like a project based.
Yes.
So you don't have to do something, to in the lesson. Actually, like this one, I think students need to wait, right? The waste that they produce each day. And like
exactly.
they'll have some records on how much do they make.
Right. Yeah. So they're gonna have to create healthy habit.
Yes.
To serve the world.
Exactly.
Right?
We need to do that.
Okay. Next. Sorry. Okay. Next, it will be more complicated concept because student will be introduced linear to linear. Linear economy, which is the conventional one, create a lot of problems into our world, right? Create too much waste right now. So it's considered to be the trouble. So we need to tackle the problem, right? Because the conventional economy, we take things from natural resources and then we create things, we make things, and then dispose the products in appropriate way, right? And then we wanted to move that to circular economy, like by, even though we make it, we use it, and we're gonna recycle it, and we will use the recycled thing to produce new thing again. So it's become circle like
Yes.
this. So we gonna reduce waste, or maybe we can create zero waste in the future too.
Yeah. Hopefully, right?
Hopefully. So the next one. For intermediate level, students will create the circular economy, right? They're gonna have strategy to design circularity, right? For example, they're gonna put themselves in entrepreneur's shoes, entrepreneurs' shoes. Think that if they own a business, what would they do to reduce waste to zero?
Yes.
From think about the customer or the audience until taste their idea and gain some feedback.
And you know that this activity, the design thinking, will also be adapted to the lesson 5. So you have to wait and see this.
Right. So see that the lesson or the lesson scaffold students step by step. So there will be some overlapping, but it is very beneficial for teachers and students.
The concept might be similar, but the project that students do will be different.
Right. So
according to their levels of proficiency.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. And the last level of level 4 is advanced lesson, circular design challenge. For this one, they are going to they're gonna be given roles that they choose. They're gonna choose a role to be what kind of a business they want to own, and how would they do to reduce waste in circular system like this. In order to reduce the waste, right? Here is the example in the package, right? Product as a service, clothing rental, right? And there are some strategy for consider. We begin from emphasize stage, like think about the audience, and then define stage, or what is the problem, things like that, and then to the end of the the stage, which is testing stage. Right?
And I will elaborate it still more in level 5 too.
And these are example of activity for level 4. Students are going to choose a product to redesign for circularity, right? So normally these business create a lot of waste to our planet, right?
Yes.
And how do we change? How do we redesign this business into circular economy? Next is the lesson walkthrough, will be delivered by Mr. Kittipon.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Tirada. At this moment, it's time for chapters 2 of lesson walkthrough for level 5 and level 6. So let's check it out for the content we are walking together. Okay. Lesson 5 includes 3 lessons for grade 11 to 12, from beginners to advanced students, right? And level 6 includes 4 workshops for university and also youth club. And you can also adapt to your school class or your school clubs. Okay. Each activity, you may encourage your students to work individually or work in groups. What I'm going to emphasize for level 5 is a production activity of each lesson that is different or enhanced from level 4. So let's get this party started. Okay, the beginner lesson for level 5 is the circular case study, aims to analyze business case based on circular economy business model. Starting with selecting one of 5 circular business cards that the student would like to use for case analysis by the upcoming question. So you guys are gonna see the upcoming questions too, because it will help you to create maps of circularity idea in your mind. Okay, the example is card 1, circular supply, which is about the product that made from 100% recycled materials. and the cost file. Okay, I will give you the example of the cost file, which is the product as a service, which is the as a pay as you use products such as the clothing rental that Mrs. Tirada has also mentioned. Okay, after they select the court, they have to answer the questions which help them to figure out the idea and also the areas of circularity. Mrs. Tirada and Mr. Anuwat, I just would like to ask you about what kind of business that you would like to do the circularity.
Maybe clothes rental.
Yeah.
Because I like clothes. I mean, I can share my clothes to other people who need them, you know, for occasions or different occasions. Because it's, you know, rather than like throwing them away,
yes,
you can share like and get a little bit of money back, you know, and then they can have like a good clothes, you know, a different clothes for different occasion with using only little money as well. So I think it's like a give and take thing.
Yeah. So after you get the business that you would like to work on, you have to answer these 9 questions to map out the area of circularity. For example, like the answer that Mr. Anuvat's answer, and also you have to think about the kind of circular economy business model that this company utilizes. Okay. After they get the idea of circularity from the 9th question, encourage them to draw arrows indicating kinds of circularity through a circular life cycle map. For example, the clothing rental is backwards from disposals to usage again. Consequently, it could reduce the tidal waste to the earth. Okay, everybody, now let's walk through the intermediate lesson for level 5, which is redesign for circularity, focus on design thinking for circularity economy, in which its framework is already found in level 4, which Mrs. Tira has also mentioned about this. So we will adapt this idea to use in our activity. First, students choose one business that you need a circular solution. Okay, I just would like to ask you, Mrs. Tirada,
Yes.
which business that you would like to work on?
I would choose office space
Okay.
because we are now in Bangkok and we see a lot of buildings that are rent like for office space, and I think each day they may have used a lot of papers or use a lot of bottle and consume water, things like that, and maybe they can consider their waste audit.
Yeah.
They can consider their waste audit and make it more circular.
Okay, besides the office space, there are also another 5 business that they can't pay attention to. The examples today is fashion textiles. Okay, so first, the student can think about the problems, and also the teacher can encourage to ask or give the idea, the problems to the students, and they can think the solution way of this. For example, for the fashions textiles, they may raise the problems about closet or costumes, right, at very high rate because of the fashion trend, resulting in unneeded closet end up in a landfill. Mr. Anuwat, what would be happens if we get a lot of unneeded closet end up in a landfill?
I think it's like a waste of like textile, because in order to produce those textile or clothes, you have to grow a lot of cotton and cut out a lot of trees, need of land to grow those cotton or materials. Just if we throw that away when it can still be used, it's just a waste of like material. So yeah. And it's produced a lot of waste too, and it's difficult to get rid of those waste.
Because most of the clothes cannot be recycled, right?
Yes. So it can give like the problems to the oceans too, because it can get like the leakage to the oceans by the day and at the end of the day. So after the student get the problems from the business, teacher may guide students' idea by using questions. For example, is there a better way to access fashion trend without continuously purchasing new classes, something like this. Okay. And finally, students solve the problems by completing the idea in a design thinking framework that you already explained from the level 4. The example is the clothing rental business. So you may start by encourage your students to go to the first step, the empathize stage, to learn or specify their target customer first. The student may define the customers to be shopper who just would like to wear the latest fashion trend but have a short budget.
Okay.
Yes. After that,
like me.
okay. After that, further to the define stage by thinking about the customer need. For example, the customer need is to access to trendy clothes, but do not want to cluster their wardrobe with unused clothes. Third, move to the IDH step by concerning about creative solution, such as providing clothes for rent and selling cheap trendy clothes. Okay, and then get through the prototype stage by presenting idea and finding the best possible solution, such as creating a small clothing rental shop among their friends and also their family. And finally, end up with the testing stage by experimenting the best possible solution, such as borrowing clothes from friends, right, to rent to other friends, and also charging a small fees. Moreover, don't forget to find the feedback from the customer too.
I think it's a good idea. Borrow from your friends and get some money.
Okay, that's good. Okay, the idea from the intermediate lesson might be enhanced to the advanced levels by doing a circular business model canvas in which students have a chance to create their own circular model. Okay, so by doing this, you should acknowledge your student about the business model canvas that you can apply on this activity. In my point of view, you may start presenting idea respectively by these steps. Okay, first, start with the value proposition or the products or services that they need to serve. Second, define the target customer. Third, identify the activity or the ways to run the business. Fourth, specify the channel or the platform to run the business. Okay, I just would like to know, in our status quo, which platform or channel that is very good way to contact the customer?
Platform?
Yeah,
I think social media is one of it.
That's
one of
right.
them.
TikTok.
Okay. TikTok, yes, very good.
Maybe
And
through
yes,
friends.
okay. And fifth, list the ways to maintain the customer relationships, right? 6, define the potential business partner. 7, write resources that may include people, knowledge, means, money that you need to run the business. And finally, identify possible costs and revenue that you have to, or your student have to pay or receive from the business. The examples to complete the canvas respectively is the clothing rental business. Students can start the value proposition with the trendy clothes without having to own them. Second, the target customer could be university students. And for you, who could be the target customers too?
Maybe my friends.
Your friends. Okay. And third, the activity of the business could be renting clothes to customer and taking part also in a customer service. Fourth, they might figure out the channels to contact the customer through the online platform, social media, and also influencer. Fifth, they plan to keep in touch with the customer online, also in person. 6, the potential partner could be people who donate or sell these old clothes and also the thrift shops. 7, their resources could be inventory and also online shopping platform. 8, costs could come from web platform development and also the maintenance. And 9, the revenues could generate from renting clothes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and also the subscription.
Okay, nice.
Okay, everybody, after they gain knowledge about the business model canvas, present circularity idea in the canvas. The idea includes up 3 factors like this. which are circular value proposition, circular innovation, and end of life of the product. By adding these ideas, you may encourage your students to think about the circular innovation to apply to the business. For example, the clothing rental could be classified as a product as a service business, adapted from the circular business model that we have already discussed at the beginners of level 5. Okay, then further to the circular value proposition by adding value that we get from the circular innovation. For example, Mr. Anuwat, Mrs. Tirada. The example value from the clothing rental is that people with low incomes, right? They could wear trainee, like a trainee clothes without purchasing, and it can reduce the textile of that studios. What would happen if we can reduce this kind of beds to others?
I think it's slow down of the fast fashion trends. I mean, like instead of producing a lot of like textile, we can like use those clothes again and again. I mean, if you're bored with your clothes, I mean, you can have them borrowed, you know, have your friend borrow them, or maybe rent them. Get some money.
So it's like a double beneficial, like I have discussed, right? To the environment and also the financials too. Okay, the last one is the ends of life, mentioning what happened once the products have been used. So the rentals clauses could be returned and get rented again by another customer, and you will get monies too. Okay. After your student understand the circular business model canvas, you may let them to shoot one business to create the business models canvas by themselves, like the business that we have already discussed too. Okay. The S1 lessons of level 5 could be applied to workshop 3 of level 6 by letting students to create a circular business models by the business that they would like to do, their interest, or maybe the business that they would like to emphasize on. Okay. Okay, everybody, and that's what we got from level 5. Right now, let's walk through level 6 workshop for university and youth club that you can adapt to the school class or also the school clubs. Okay, I've already explained to you how workshop 3 work with you. So let's get through to the order workshop, starting with workshop 1. Okay, workshop 1, problem and solution 3. Support students to use mapping frameworks to find problems and also their solutions. To create the tree, let students define a problems that they would like to reach at the course of the map, such as low rate of recycling problems. After that, discuss and identify the causes of the problem. For example, people do not properly separate waste at home. Further read the effects of the problem. For instance, it creates waste leaking into the environment. Okay, and after that, create a new tree by writing positive statements from the causes to be the solutions of the problem. For example, write people properly separate waste at home to be the solution of the cause with mentions about people do not properly separate waste at home. Finally, write positive statements to be the result of the solutions. For example, write decrease waste leakage into the environment, right, to be the result of the solution. Okay. So from this procedure, student would get to map from causes and effect map by writing negative sentences that you see on your left, and develops to the solutions and results map by changing to the positive statement by your right, like the map in this page. Okay, the problem and solution tree from workshop 1 could also apply to workshop 4 about solving for the SDG by encourage your students to use this tree to solve the problem for the greater sustainability challenges. To encourage this, you may read about the global issue to your students, right? For example, the climate crisis, about the violence amongst women, violence against women, and also the poverty, like the poverty challenges, to brainstorm then with problems about SDG that they would like to find the solution. Okay, eventually let them create a problem tree mentioning causes and effects, and also the solution trees to talk about the solution and also the result of that solutions. Okay, everybody creating problems and solution tree can also be applied to another kind of map, which is the mind mapping in workshops too. The mind mapping could support the student to identify solution or problems too, and also visualize their complexity and also visualize the interconnectedness. To join this activity, you have to let your student to write a main purpose in the middle of the map, such as increase rate of recycling, right? After that, identify the sub-solutions and also the relating idea into the map, respectively, such as writing better collection and sorting at the source to be the result, to be like the solutions of increase rate of recycling, which is the main purpose of the map. Okay. Add another sub-solution to support the idea of increased rates of recycling, such as empower informal waste workers, right? And also another involving idea, or add value to low-grade recyclables, and another involving idea to support the ideas too, the main purpose too. Okay, and finally, find the best solution by appropriate scoring. Okay, everybody, this is the finishing point of the lesson 5 to 6 or the chapters 2. After this, you will enjoy chapter 3. These are lessons by Mr. Anuvat, and he waiting for you right here. And before I let go, don't forget to join us to be a West Heroes family, because everyone could be a hero.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Kitipon.
Yes.
Such a nice explanation of project. Like also lesson walkthrough from lesson 5 and 6. Okay, and then after that, I'll use those ideas into my Mentimeter questionnaire. Let's see after this. But before that, let's go to my lesson. This semester, I am lucky enough to, start at a club. It's called English Club, and then I enjoy it a lot because I happen to meet a lot of students during the club. It's happened once a week. And do you have a club in your school?
We got English Club.
English Club?
Yes.
Okay, what do you teach in your club?
I just would like to share about my school, because not just only the club, but my school, just I have mentioned that we get like the best separation project, and the student can sell the best that can be recycled, so the student can get more money.
Oh, okay. I think my school also did the same. That's the same thing, but it's, I'm not responsible for that, But for me, I have one duty to teach them, to be aware of how can they help the waste issue, which is very big issues in our society now. So the lesson that I chose from Waste Hero Education is from chapter number 3. Level number 3. Okay,
level 3.
Intermediate lesson, a Waste Hero story. Okay, so this one incorporate the 3 SDG goals. The first one is number 11, sustainable city and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. And number 14, life below water.
Yes.
So yeah, these are the SDG goal, and also like with curriculum alignment, we also incorporate some topics in that, which are number 1, science. We talk about human activity that impacts the environment, and also language and literacy. Because in my class, students need to talk and discuss and solve problem. They have to use English, but sometimes they can use Thai.
Yes.
I don't mind if we can reach the goal of being aware of how big the issue and how can they help the society and the environment. Okay. And also, as we said earlier, like, okay, we said earlier about how the lesson can be adaptable. So I adapt my lesson into like smaller outcomes. I have 3 lesson outcomes. Number one is that they can identify recyclables and non-recyclables. And number 2, they can create their own, story planner and storyboard about hero waste.
Right.
And the last one, they can create TikTok video, because TikTok video now is very hype among like teenagers, and students are really, into this kind of platform. So I think that's very, engaging for them to do that.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah. So we use technological like devices to help, to reach out audience. Okay, let's see. So the materials that I actually use mostly come from the website. I don't create my own materials because I have no time. So to save my time, I just use these materials. The first one, I use the handout, okay, which provided in the lesson already. So the second one, I use the storyboard, and the last one, story planner. Actually, I use the story planner first, and then they create the storyboard later. So there are 3 materials in my class. Oh, I forgot. I have been teaching for 3 to 4 class already.
Oh.
So now I got the video. So, okay, let's see. Before that, we have 4 steps. Okay, I plan the lesson into 4 steps, covering like 3 weeks. So the first step is that to let them think about the waste problem, recycling, the waste leakage, ocean-bound waste. Do you know what is ocean-bound waste? Waste, like the waste, like the exactly kind of the island, like in the middle of the ocean,
Yes.
The size is gigantic. You cannot imagine. I'll show you later the picture later. Okay. So they talk about, okay, I show them this picture, with statistics. So they realize how big the issue is. And you may come up with, the statement and, use this statement and change some statistic and ask them whether it's true or false, Actually, I tend to, lower the statistic. But when I show them that it's false, actually it's a lot bigger. So that, wow, it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So I had to do something,
Yes.
I'm a tricky teacher. So just like that. Let's move to the next one. So these are the pictures that really happen. Can you see the ocean-bound waste, in the middle of the ocean? It's like another country, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bigger than Thailand.
Maybe.
It's a really big issue, imagine how marine life survive in those areas, it affects a lot of people who live there, or marine life who just those marine life who affect from this ocean-bound waste. It's a lot. So step two, I introduce the handout. Do you still remember the yes, no handout? Instead of printing those handouts to my student, I have a big screen. So I just show that screen and let them respond together to set the paper. Environmental concerned person,
Okay.
So I just
got that.
don't think that I'm lazy, okay? No. I'm just concerning about the environment. So I just show them with the whole screen. And, and asking this question also important. I ask them whether do they recycle, what can be recycled. It's kind of check their background information, what cannot be recycled. And after that, I show them examples of what cannot be recycled or what can be recycled. Here is the handout that I show them on the screen. And then one by one, I ask them whether like a PET plastic bottle can be recycled easily. They said yes. Banana peel, they said no. A card box, they said yes. How about a light bulb? Light bulb, no. Of course, no. How about the garden hose? Garden hose, what do you think? No, okay. Easy enough because you've seen it already. Okay, let's move to the next one. And then after this, I show them the 2 categories of recyclables and non-recyclables. So they start to get into like, okay, oh, this one can be recycled, this one cannot be recycled. So I should start recycling. And these are the pictures I have. I'm lucky enough, like, because in my school I have 4 Filipino teachers, and one of them actually helped me in my club. So she's very kind and very helpful for students, and still love her, still love like Filipino teachers a lot, because they can not only they can speak English, but they're kind and very helpful, friendly too. And let's see the video of me teaching them. Actually, we can skip this, because we have some, very interesting video waiting for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, so this is me teaching them, and with the help of our Filipino teachers.
Okay.
So next one, step 3, we are going to have them write their own storyboard and story planner. But before that, we need them to be, informed with statistics, with best practice of how they can recycle, and also some facts about waste. So this takes 5 to 10 minutes. So I show the slides from the website, the PPT slide from the website, which is here. Before you recycle, you tend to wash the recyclable materials first, and then before you throw to the bin. Okay, and the water, the liquid that contain in the water should be very minimum. Cannot more than 1 teaspoon.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very easy. It's very easy practice. Still, it's very good practice. And I show them the ocean bound waste. They said, wow. And also you can ask this very easy question, like in the triangle recycle symbol, what number can you see? Because the number can be different. Number 1 means that this one can be very good for recycling. And number 2 is like a lower material. And number 3, like lower material. And actually, you can ask them more about, okay, what color do we use in our country for recycle bin?
Yes.
So it's just to make sure that they throw their material into the right bin. Okay. And also step 4, now the excitement comes, because you plan their story. Actually, we have the story planner in the material sheet, right?
Yes.
And also the storyboard handout. I don't mind if they write Thai or in English, but actually they have like the mobile phone to help them with Google Translate, maybe for some vocabulary that they're unsure about. So yes. Here to check, we also have like a PowerPoint slide to check whether they have all the components in their storyboard and story planner. And here are my students like trying to fill in those forms, those story planner and storyboard. They can use their mobile phone. Yeah, they're very into it. They were really into it. It takes them, I think, a week or 2 to finish all these 2. And some students may not like draw, because they cannot draw. They are bad like artists. So maybe they can just describe in each scene what's happening in each scene.
I got it.
So that they can create their video
Okay.
according to those scenes. And here they are trying to fill in their story planner, and with the help of teachers. And here is the products. Okay, with the help of the teacher, of course. And story planner, and also storyboard. Without a drawing is okay. Okay, maybe it takes more time to draw. Someone like me, myself, I'm not a good drawer. I can only describe. Okay, so it comes the fun time. Okay, I'll show you the TikTok video. So after like planning the storyboard, so they come up with the video. Okay, are you ready to see the video? Okay, the video. So they have to contact their own actors. The actor is someone maybe not from the club, maybe their friends, maybe their boyfriend or girlfriend, just a little bit, like give them some credit. Okay. This one. Let's see the video together.
Why don't he put in the trash bin? Hey, you! This bottle can be recycled.
Okay.
Wash it first. Put it in the recycle bin. Yeah. Let's do a project.
Okay.
Recycle ได้ไหมคะ Can this be recycled? No. Can this be recycled? Yes.
Good. Can this be recycled?
Yes.
Can this be recycled?
No.
Thank you so much for your good work. Keep up the great project. Thank you so much. Video, within a day or two, they can finish this. And these are not like the best student, but they're really into some kind of activity. They're very outgoing, they want to, to do something to help, they want to be a hero in their own ways. It's very good to inspire them, and actually they come out with this kind of video. I think it's very good, and it helps them to be like someone in the world, in the society.
Okay. So what's next?
What's next is basically, let's go to the actual PowerPoint slide and see what we have for you. Actually, right, Mrs. Tirada said that we provide facilitator notes, right? When we click the presenter wheel. So let's go to that actual PPT slides from the lesson, level 3 intermediate lesson.
Okay, a best hero story.
Best hero story, right? You can try in your class. Mr. Kittipon, would you like to try this in your class?
Okay.
Okay, it's very easy and fun. And students have really enjoyed the lesson. Here, you see, you can actually see the note here. And the key answer are also provided here, see? Actually, you can just click and say, okay, yes, no, you look like knowledgeable, because you read this before. So you don't have to search the answer from yourself. You just, use this guideline. And it's easy, friendly user-friendly, and it's helped you a lot. It's helped me a lot.
Okay.
Without a little bit of preparation, you can use this PowerPoint slide very easily.
It's so beneficial for the teacher who would like to use this one.
Yes, exactly. And now I think that's the end of my presentation. Okay. So let's go on like the hands-on activity. You need another mobile phone, or maybe if you are on your laptop or desktop, you can use your mobile phone to scan the QR code. We are going to do hands-on activity, which I adapted from lesson level 6 workshop. Those 3 workshops I put in this one activity.
Wonderful.
Using Mentimeter. But like I put them in kind of questionnaire. Okay. How can we? What are the causes of low rate of recycling? What are the effects of it, and what are the solutions?
I got it.
Okay. So are you ready? Please scan the QR code.
Okay, everybody, you can scan the QR code that appear on the screens right now and enjoy the activity of the Mentimeter.
Okay. Are you all set?
Okay. Can you see some questions from this?
Oh no, not finishing yet. Okay, let's go back.
Click here first.
Here. Oh. Have you scanned? Maybe we can like.
มันมีอันนั้นไม่ใช่หรอมันมี QR code ในนั้นอยู่แล้ว
Okay.
เอาไปเลยบด
This one.
So while we're waiting for the result, let's see about the items that you would like to survey from the participants.
This one.
Okay.
You can scan QR code on the bottom of the screen.
What are causes of low rate recycling rate? So we got right now.
We got 3.
Yes.
We got 3 causes for you.
Number one, the
rank.
item 1 is the highest one right now.
Yeah.
Coming up with number 3 and numbers 2. So what is number 1 about, Mr. Anwar?
Number 1 is like mismanagement of waste at the source.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe it's come from not in properly separate waste from
At
home,
home.
community. And number 2, waste worker cannot collect and sort waste effectively or meet the large demand
Yes.
of the waste. Okay, so you can see it's moving.
Yes.
So a lot of people are doing it now.
Yes.
And the last one, government does not fund recycling. Okay. And like recycling department or lack of modern recycling infrastructure.
And we will see the best solutions, right? The best reasonable solution for this problem.
Yes.
It's moving right now.
It's moving. We give you 1 or 2 minutes here,
Okay.
and then we move to the next page.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
Okay. Mrs. Tirada, so in your own opinions, what is the main cause of low rate recycling?
I think students don't have enough knowledge about waste separation,
Uh-huh.
and they are not aware. They are not like, they are not maybe instill the self-discipline
Yes.
of, responsible for their consumption.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that is the
Okay.
main problem.
Question number 2. What are the effects from low rate of recycling? Number 1, ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of hundreds of land and marine species.
Yes.
The second one, increase in waste leaking into the environment, which impacts climate change and tourism and coastal economies. And the third one now, a waste enter a food chain causing side effects to human body. So if it's shifting or changing now, okay, it's shifting. You see,
Okay.
the result is changing. Maybe your opinions are different. You can select from the box whether which one. Okay, the second one effect, seem to be more now. The pink one come first. So people like our participants think that increase in waste leakage into the environment, which impacts climate change and tourism and coastal economy.
Yes.
Which is the huge impact.
Oh.
So I think we all agree to this. Maybe we move to the question number 3.
Okay.
Question number 3 is the solutions. We have to factor to the solution, The first one, provide more recycle bins in community.
That's interesting.
The pink one, the second one, set up an organization for waste worker to support them in
Financials,
financials
right?
and loans.
Wow, that's
And
good.
number 3, the red one, invest in modern recycling infrastructure.
Yes.
And the last one, guarantee prices of recyclable waste for waste worker. Now it's changing, you see. So in this zone, you know, if it moves to this zone, either circle move to this zone, it means that those solutions are actually practical
Yes.
and seemingly, you know, are effective.
Yes.
Yes. So now it's changing, you see, it's changing, it's moving. These are moving because we have here the axis here, impact, and here the effort.
The effort. Yes.
So I think the red one seems to be like the most effective one.
Okay.
And according to our participant thought, okay, ideas. Okay, now the participants are 33, then move to 35 already. So I think the most practical one is the red one, meaning that invest in model recycling infrastructure seem to be the best solution so far.
Yeah.
But all these, you know, solutions are, you know, actually practical and effective.
Yes.
But the red one seems to be the most effective and practical one. Okay, I think that's the end of our hands-on activity. Very short because we have limited time. Thank you for participating. Let's go back to Mrs. Tirada.
So for hand-on activity number 2, future plan. Actually, we have been talking and participating, you know, for about only 1.5 hours. But we just want to hear from you that our, you know, information today is useful for you at all. You know, so our questions for discussion is, which part of Waste Hero education would you that you find interesting, and also how would you use Waste Hero education knowledge in the future? And so can you use your phone to scan on the QR code and then click on plus icon, add information, type your name, and mention whether you join from Zoom or YouTube, and share your idea, and click on publish and give some star on the idea that you like. It is the same, it's this kind of quite similar activity that I have shown from the first. Yeah.
But now it's about your plans.
Right, it's about your plan. Yeah.
To implement this in your lesson.
Right. What you find interesting and what you plan to use Waste Hero education lesson package, right? Let's wait for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
And we also sent the link through the chat box, and you can click on the link and access to Padlet easily.
And through chat box on YouTube channel, we also provided the link to you guys too.
Okay.
Thank you.
And more people are participating in Padlet right now.
It seems like there are typings right now, right?
Yeah, yeah. So which part of Waste Hero education you find interesting, and how would you implement, or what is your takeaway to use in the future?
Yes. So how about you? What is, when we think about the lesson that we found from wasteheroeducation.com, right? With lessons or with activity that you would like to adapt or you would like to suggest the teacher to do in the future?
You know, as for me, I am education supervisor.
Yes.
So I introduced this package to my teachers already, because it's available both in Thai and in English. So science teacher, teacher that teach environmental club, they can use it in the Thai version, and also English teacher can use the package in their classroom too, because there are many aspects that can be used and beneficial. And also we have like international program, EPMAP, teacher can directly use the English lesson package without having to translate to their students at all.
Okay.
Right? And in my area of responsibility, I have about like 1,900 teachers.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, this is very good opportunity.
Opportunity.
Good opportunity for me to get to learn, about waste hero education.
I mean, if you're like, like helping them to implement this into a lesson, it means that you create a lot of impact, because you have 1,000 of teachers under your supervision.
Right.
I think it's great. So there are some ideas already here. We're having 4. I think on YouTube channel there's also some interesting idea.
Yes.
Someone Sierra, I don't know if I pronounce your name correct, but she said that I activated the Yes All Youth for Environment in school organization. I have students who actively create monthly activities for recycling, tree planting, and cleanup drives and gardening.
Okay.
That's a great effort. Yeah, we can see that you are trying to do something in your school.
Yeah. So for anonymous participant, she said, I'm interested with the interactive package. I guess it is going to be interesting if I'll contextualize with the environmental issue in our region. Thank you.
Okay, and another anonymous one mentioned that I would like to implement and incorporate waste management and recycling in the activities of a different school, student organization. That is very, very interesting idea.
And Miss Jessa Logroni Nino joining from YouTube said that, I love the free downloadable free lessons. I will be integrating these lessons in my science classes as well as in our school club. I will be sharing these resources to my colleagues in the science department.
Wow,
that's great.
Very, very
great, like more impact.
Very good.
Right.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We would love that, like sharing to other people.
Right.
These are free and, very good materials.
Right.
And you can further sharing your future plans in the Padlet.
Yeah. Here, GOJ Aligwe from YouTube. I would like to implement the Waste Hero in by all technology class. I would incorporate the recycling of PET bottles in hydroponic setup. Good.
Wow.
Yeah, targeting agriculture, business, and environment.
I like that idea.
Nice idea.
Yeah. Like hydroponics, like it's a way of growing plants, right?
Yes. And anyone here want to express idea? Please unmute yourself and share the idea to the rest of us, please.
I think hydroponics idea using like the recycle of PET bottles, it can be a business too.
Right. Yeah. Create business.
A school business maybe.
Yeah.
Small business.
Yeah. Anyone want to speak? And you can unmute yourself and speak to us. But before that,
anybody can can raise your hand and share your idea. We want to hear your voice.
Yeah. We've been talking a lot.
Yes. Please.
You can raise your hand, click on the reactions button, and then raise your hand, and we can actually we can unmute you too, and you can speak. Anyone here, please? We have how many people joining?
A lot
in Zoom.
in
25.
yeah, on
Yeah.
in YouTube we have 71 now.
Yes. Yeah. On YouTube is a lot.
Mm.
71 people. And for sure, we cannot hear from them. They can just type in the chat box.
Yeah, or maybe type in the Padlet.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
But Zoom here, anybody?
Mm. Yeah. Still waiting. And you can, yeah. Someone just got 5-star, you know.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
So yeah. She said, I found
yeah.
Waste Hero Education a very effective tool in controlling waste within the school.
Mhm.
I will introduce waste management practices within and across learning areas.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Outdoor and
we got
indoor
some pictures,
activity.
right?
Yeah, we have some pictures now. Can we show that? Interesting.
Oh.
Clean up,
Mhm.
dry. Okay.
I think this is what
What-
what teacher have done
Yeah,
with
but-
students.
Yeah, but it
right?
can be an inspiration for others
Right.
too, right?
Mhm.
And they can spread us to the best audits, right?
Mm.
The activity that we have found
Mhm.
in level 3 or level 4.
Mhm.
So remember that you can still share your ideas and rate others people idea, you know, shopping for ideas as we exchange
I think-
our knowledge
Yeah,
and interest.
cleaning up
interest.
drives or rivers or canals is
Yes.
very good because it can prevent flooding, you know,
Uh-huh.
like yeah, clean dive. Go clean dive.
Which
This
one?
one.
Oh, coastal cleanup
Yes.
drive.
See? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive. I think this make a huge impact to the community, you know, like when you clean up the drives, you know, like coastal or canal or, you know, small river stream. This
Yeah.
can help community to
Mhm.
cleaner, you know, that your environment become
Mhm.
better.
Wow, amazing, because you really did take action on, you know, to clean up your community.
Yes.
And, you know, this is the way of instill awareness,
Mhm.
environmental awareness
Mhm.
to students and
Uh-huh.
villagers or people in community too. Great.
And when
yeah.
people like drive past by when you do this, you know, it's kind of, you know, like, okay, make them like, okay, next time I won't
inspire,
throw
motivate
something
them. Oh, yeah,
down
right.
the drives
Yeah.
or the river.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's better than like pointing your fingers to them like you're not good. But this is like setting an example, a good example to them.
Right. So people who throw or who destroy environment would feel guilt, right? Would feel guilty about
next
you know,
time,
throwing things.
And
I
at
won't
the
make
end
trouble
of
for
the
these
day,
people.
right? At the end of the day, it could support the Silver Vest.
Yeah. Well, you know, aware that they don't do, they will be mindful about their
Yes.
activity.
They don't
Their
want to
action.
harm the environment again.
Right. Okay.
Are there any pictures? Interesting idea?
Okay. We got a lot of you know, idea, and we feel so grateful to have chance for deliver the lesson today. But so it's come to conclusion.
Yes. Sorry. But yeah.
Okay. So for reviewing, we will ask you some questions, right? First of all, the first question would be very easy. Okay, how can you download lesson packages? Where can you download lesson packages?
Okay.
Can you give us answer in the chat box, please? Type
the website.
The name of the website, right?
yeah. Where can you download the 19 lesson packages?
Yeah.
Can you type in the chat box, please?
Okay.
Who will be the first one in the YouTube channel, in the YouTube chat box? Not yet. Not yet coming.
Okay. No one answered. Maybe it's, you know, it's too easy. Where can you download? the
And-
19
And the
lesson
answer
that
is right there on the screen.
right. So no need, right?
No need. I
Okay.
have like one comment
Yes.
from Liz. They said, I actually motivated and involved my students in writing research about recyclable materials. Good.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's what Liz Margolon have done in her
Yes,
class.
yes,
That's
nice.
good. Oh, thank you for your answer.
Ah,
Mhm.
nice.
Maybe
You have to
yeah.
wait a little bit longer.
Right, maybe it's delayed a bit, right?
bestheroeducation.com.
Yeah,
Good.
from
Thank you.
Emily, and Mr. Alvin, Larida, and and Christopher Bolagnat. So
Okay.
yeah, so you can find everything on the website, things that we have said, lesson plans and materials, and download from lesson library, which is available in 5 languages. So let's come to our conclusion, right? So we share the first activity, warm-up activity. You share what you have done in Padlet, which is still open for you to share and chop ideas about what you have done. I have seen a lot of activities and picture that you have done. That's very nice, and and it inspired me to do more action project in my area, my region too. And then moving on from what we have done, and then we have lesson walkthrough, right, for level 3 and 4, which is mainly focused on reviewing student about how to what can recycle and what cannot recycle, and also how to separate waste properly, and also how to calculate the waste that they produce each day, saying like waste audit, right?
Okay.
And then for the level 4, shifting from the basic knowledge of waste separation to linear economy, which is conventional one, and we want and create a lot of problem, and we want to reduce the problem and reduce waste. So we move from linear economy
To circular.
economy by using circular strategies, right?
Okay.
And we used and we recycle, and we use the product from recycle to make again. So we create less waste, or we will go to the end of the day, we create zero waste to environment. And then Mr. Gittipon.
Okay, so after you have discussed or reviews about chapter 1, right, it's going to be chapters 2. Chapters 2 is about the lesson walkthrough for level 5 to level 6. So you have been explained about the circularity, the circular economy, and also the business model canvas that you can adapt for your students in the class. And for level 6, it's about the workshops. Mainly it's for university or youth clubs, right? But you can also adapt to the school club and also the school class too. And for example, the very, very interesting ones are problem and solution trees, right? And also the mind mapping.
And for my part, I show you my lesson that I actually adapted from the lesson from the website. And I think this website very helpful.
Yes.
And offers a lot of materials that I can use in my class. And also it helps me a lot as a teacher, because teachers have full hands. And this website is like valuable resources for me. And it's focused on project-based, or focused on students have to do some activities.
Yes.
So it's fun also, and they have to do something, and creating that they're aware, building the awareness about waste hero education is like you're giving back to our earth, to do something to help the earth, to slow down those waste, to pile up, to cover the world. I think it's very very good resources to help.
So from all of our activities and deliver lesson today, we hope that we will build future responsible citizens to the world, and also make our generation to have responsible for our consumption and our production, which is we create better planet now and in the future.
And before we go, don't forget to join us to be a Best Heroes family, because everyone can be a hero. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Thank you very much, our trainers, for the wonderful and very joyful session for the master teacher training. So I hope everyone here be able to contribute these learning resources to apply in the school activities. So I would like to inform everyone here, please stay tuned with us until the end of our session. So we're gonna have the closing part and the training feedback session. So next, may I invite once again Ms. Piyapa to explain the next step of the post-training submission. Ms. Piyapa, are you ready? Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kevin, again. And it's nice to see all of the participants and the lovely trainer again. Firstly, I would like to thank the trainers for the fruitful and very lively and joyful training session. And thank you very much for the participation of our teachers in Zoom meeting room and YouTube from the beginning of the session until now. And I hope that you have learned a lot and get some idea for your West Hero activities. As you know that this program is not the webinar, and we would like to ensure the effectiveness of the training program. Next slide, please. So to obtain the e-certificate of accomplishment, we would like to request your cooperation to complete 3 requirements. First, attend the whole session of the master teacher training, which you have done already. Tick, done. Second, fill up the training feedback from the link that will be presented at the end of the training session. So the training feedback form really simple. You just click on the link and then answer the question. And third, and the last one, we would like to request your kind cooperation to submit the post-training report by 31st of August. Next slide, please. So why the post-training report? Why Simeo need this? Normally we don't need this, right? So we would like to measure the effectiveness of the training session, and we want to ensure that all the trainees have better understanding on waste management and circular economy. And most importantly, we want the teachers are able to apply the knowledge and education resources from the training to the classroom activity and encourage the active action of your students. And last, this is quite important as well. So after the training, I hope that you will not hold all the knowledge with yourself. I would like to see that how much you can share the knowledge that you get from the training to other teachers at your school. Next slide, please. So we have designed the post-training report, very simple report because we do not want to burden anymore to the teachers. And we don't want the long written report. We want very short one, which the report is a part of the summary of your West Hero classroom activities that you implement after the training. And the template of the report will be sent to your email address after the training session. So please ensure that the email address that you put in the training feedback form is the correct one, because I will send the training report to the participant who completed training feedback form only. And what information we require in the post-training report? First, simple information, your profile, name, position, class, group, and subject. And second, about your school, like name, location, education level, number of the teacher, number of the student. Next slide. And third is about your West Hero classroom activities. What information we need from this title? We need to know that what level of the West Hero education resource that you download from the website, number of the students you have taught, and how you have taught about the West Hero in your classroom. You can give us some example. And outcomes or behavior change after you teach the West Hero to your students. And another one is the number of the colleagues or teachers that you have shared introduced the West Hero. And other information are such as activities that you organize in your school and apply the knowledge from the Waste Hero to improve the school and community. And the last one, number 5, links of your social media when you share your Waste Hero stories on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or Threads. However, this is optional for you to share your Waste Hero story. And the last part is about the reflection or feedback about the Waste Hero educational resource, how you have to encounter the problem in downloading the the educational resource, or if you have other information that the Waste Hero can be improved, please let us know. And also for the Simeo you can comment about the program that we conduct. And the last part is we would like to see your photos when you conduct the Waste Hero classroom or activity at your school. You can share some photo with us, like 3 to 4 photos. So how to submit the post-training report? You can submit to the Google form, which I will send every information to you according to your email address that you provide in the training feedback form. And the deadline to submit is on 31st of August. So before I end my session, may I ask you that will you be able to submit the post-training report to us? Okay. So we will wait for the participant in the YouTube as well for this question because it's a little bit delay for the participants. So if you are able to, you think that you're confident that you can submit a post-training report, may you please type yes or even like send the smiley emoji to us. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you think that you're not sure, you just let me know, not sure. And you, if are so busy, you just say no. So we are accepted. So how about the YouTube participants? If you are able to submit a post-training report, please type yes or send the smiling emoji to us. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for your cooperation and your participation in the master teacher training for the secondary school teachers. And I hope that you enjoy the session a lot. Even myself, I have, listened to the rehearsal many times, but I still enjoy, listening to our training team. Thank you so much for your participation.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Priyapa. I feel the same way that the session is very like joyful and very like informative for the participants. Simeo Steps will contact everyone again for the post-training report, or you can follow in our website www.simeo-seps.org. So everyone, now we have come to a community session. May I call on Mr. Colum Jordan, the Global Head of Advocacy and Education, Indorama Venture PCL, for the closing message. Mr. Jordan, the floor is yours.
Hello, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Colum Jordan, the Global Head of Education for Indorama Ventures. Indorama Ventures, based in Bangkok, Thailand, is the #1 recycler of this, PET, often used to make water and soft drink bottles. PET is the most collected polymer in the world, and we're committed to recycling 50 billion of bottles just like this every single year by 2025, and we're going to invest $1.5 billion to do it. But we want to say a huge thank you to you and to Simeo. Our relationship and partnership with them is very important to our company. The reason for that is because through the initiatives that they're doing like this, we are empowering students, teachers, and learners throughout the region to make a better world. As you've learned this week, our view is that waste isn't waste. It can be a valuable resource. And once we put it back into the circular economy, we can make sure we're doing right by the planet. But ultimately, the most valuable resource we have on this world is not gold, is not diamonds. It is the next generation. the youth of today, the leaders of tomorrow. Through Simeo and your work here, we are nurturing that most valuable resource, the youth of tomorrow, and empowering them to make radical changes, to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to build a circular economy, and to make sure we tackle climate change and we have a world that is sustainable for every generation, not just the next. I want to ask you all today to share what you've learned, to be promoters of Waste Hero, to ensure that the values that are contained within the Waste Hero program go into schools, universities, Montessori's throughout your region. You are now on a mission to be your own waste hero and to spread the good news and to go forth and make sure that everybody has the knowledge they need to reduce, reuse and recycle and to build a more sustainable world. I heard something the other day that I wanted to share with you. 65% of children entering primary school today will work in a career and job that doesn't exist at the moment. Think about that. 2 out of 3 children going into school today will work in a job that hasn't been invented yet. This gives me hope because the challenges that we're facing around sustainability and climate change and the circular economy are very big. But I know that they will be solved by a new generation who will work in jobs that we don't know about, with technologies that haven't been invented and with ideas that haven't been thought of. And that can only happen with a strong education system that empowers those children to go and be the change makers of the future. That collective potential is huge, and it is with everyone in this room today. So on behalf of the Indorama Ventures company, the Lohia family and myself, I want to say a huge and heartfelt thank you for everything that you've done this week. But more importantly, I want to say thank you for what you're going to do in the future. You will be the waste heroes. You will nurture our most cherished natural resource, our youth, and you will protect our future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jordan, for the closing statement. Ladies and gentlemen, for a better improvement of our future event, may I request everyone here, also in Zoom meeting and YouTube, to complete a training feedback form. So now we are sharing the QR code on the screen, so you may access by scanning it. And also, everyone, I will ask the technical team to share the link in the chat box, both in Zoom meeting and also the YouTube, so you can click it easily. So your feedback will be like very useful for our improvement for the next future events, both in the the way of management and also the content of the next activity. So it will be shared and hold on in the chat box. So while we are waiting for the feedback, may I request everyone in the Zoom meeting to open your camera. We are going to have a photo session very soon. Please, everyone, turn on your camera. Being our partner, being our West hero, also our speaker, our trainer, Kunbiapa, and also, everyone here in the Zoom meeting, open your camera, please. And yeah, we are going to take a photo. The technical team, can you stop sharing the screen, I think, for a little bit? Yeah, good. So keep smiling, everyone. I will take for 3 shots on my count. Are you ready, the technical team? The first shot, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, ready? Okay, next, we just show like, okay, different posture. Okay, West Hero, okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more shot, last one. Okay, thumb up for the project. Thumb up, thumb up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for your kind cooperation, everyone. Last but not least, on behalf of the Simeo SEPs, we would like to thank you, our trainers, Indorama Ventures, PCL, and our supporting partners, our technical team, and also thank you for your participation. We really look forward to having you in our future events. For more information, please follow us through social media channels as shown on the screen. We have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also our website, www.semiosep-seps.org. Everyone, it's time to say goodbye, and I hope to see you in our future events. Paalam and maraming salamat. Sawadee krap. Bye-bye. Thank you.